Warning, this podcast may contain adult language that is not suitable for younger viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, this podcast may contain spoilers, so if you're not into that sort of thing, you might want to skedaddle. Very happy St. Patrick's Day from the Nakamacast crew.
Hello.
Yeah. Well, it's St. Patrick's Day here.
Drew does have green on. He's got green shoes, and the strings on his pants are green.
Right away, we should address, if you're watching the video version, no, we are not at our normal location. Sorry. That's because we actually went there. We were planning to do it.
But they do plays there.
And apparently, because, if you don't know, our studio is literally a big closet. And they're using it for a dressing room today.
It's true.
So we walk in and we're like, oh.
So we had to drive all the way back to Cody's house, which is like a 10-minute drive.
It was just terrible. And I was coming back here in the end anyway, so it really got me down.
Yeah.
You know. God, just the worst.
Just a terrible day all around.
So how you folks been? Folks.
I mean, it's alright. Had to dig a grave today. Starting it off on a high note.
You dug a grave today?
My grandma's dog
Passed?
died. Yeah, it died.
Oh, you
had it
just
that
buried
long?
it?
Well, the ground hasn't been able... We didn't bury it. We're burying it
It's
tomorrow.
been warm the last few days. It's still not buried? You just dug the hole?
Look, we had to wait for the ground to thaw.
You
It
do
was
that all
wet
in
the
one
past
go.
couple days. Oh, whatever.
Oh, yeah, this is not what we're here for. Okay.
Dead dog talk.
Guys, it's time for your one and only news.
The news spectrum.
Oh, crap. Somebody just wrote me on Facebook trying to talk to me about my...
Awesomeness. About your awesomeness.
He just asked me if he'd pay for my ASIN badge, would I go and review it?
Who? The guy?
No, this is another guy. I'm going to have to tell him.
You have to talk to him later?
Yeah,
You don't have a
Tell him you're
hotel
recording a
room.
podcast and you check
that's
it
what
out.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
We might get another fan out of this.
why does he want another? Never mind.
Anyway,
It'll be
okay.
better this year.
We got news. Alright. First news. 2 of these come from Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Nintendo announces.
Oh, I read about this. I've started
This
reading
probably
stuff.
isn't what you read.
Oh.
Nintendo announces that they have teamed up with a smartphone
Yep,
game.
yep.
Oh, this is the one you read? Oh,
Yeah,
then you didn't read the big one.
They're going to start putting devices on mobile phones.
Yeah.
Or games on mobile phones.
That's the only Nintendo thing you know?
That's the only thing I've read today.
Go ahead with that. I want to hear about that.
Okay, they... Oh, that guy wrote me back.
I started listening to the fan that called me retarded. And...
Oh, you actually did? He did not ever say the word retarded.
No.
But, anyway, okay. So they announced that they're working with this company called DNA, and they're going to be making smartphone games. And they said any of their IP could be used. So we might get a Zelda game, we might get a Mario game, we might even get that Metroid game that we've all wanted, but then it'll only be smartphones and everyone will be mad that it's not on
I
the
would
Wii
be
U.
mad. I would be very mad.
What they did come out and say, though, is that this will not affect any games that are coming to the Wii U. It's just added. Just more stuff.
So far, Satoru Iwata, he's kind of an idiot.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
His approval rating's gone up, though.
I feel like it's going to do well, and he's going to be like, oh, well, I don't need to put any more games on the Wii U out, or the next console after the Wii U. I just a track record is leading me to believe that.
That Dakota way, the next news segment, Nintendo announces they're working on a new console, codenamed the NX. Iwata says it's a dedicated gaming platform with a new concept. Will not be following the Wii concept. They said they hope to reveal more details about it next year.
I did start. I read something.
Hollow game.
I read something about
holograms.
I read something about this, but I guess because it was in like the same article kind of as the mobile game, so I thought that was like a project for like it was something. But so what does this mean with the mobile games? I'm curious.
Sorry, I saw that segue and I was like, I gotta take the shot. I'm not gonna get this again.
They released a screenshot of an iPhone playing Super Mario Bros. The original. So I assume it'll start with just like some old classic NES games.
I'm not sure how I feel about it because the games are probably gonna be overpriced.
Well,
And
let me just say this.
you know how people with mobile devices, they don't pay for anything. They only want free games.
I gotta pay for all my stuff. I'm Team iPhone. I can't sneak stuff past them.
No, they have the free games on iPhone.
They're not gonna play Mario for free.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I got a free.
I'm
That's
just
why I
saying
don't
that
feel
it's hard
like-
to put stuff on iPhones.
He's talking about emulators. He's talking about
Period.
like on my Android, I could go and literally just download an emulator. There's like 10 emulators on here if I look it up.
I can't
just
do that.
get any of them that I want. But I think it's gonna be okay because I trust Nintendo. First of all, enough, and don't take my trust away. That they are gonna continue to make the games that they've been making, and this isn't gonna mess it up. I also think it could be cool. What if they find a way to work it with the amiibos? Like they start putting a little code on the bottom, you
Yeah,
put it
that'd
in
be kinda
your
cool.
thing, in your camera, and it gets the amiibo in there. And then I also think that they're going to end up making it to where the games will somehow connect with your other game. So you'll have like your Zelda mini game where you're doing some stuff and you collect rupees on the go, and then you go home and you sync it to your Wii U if they give an update for that, or your next console, and then it uploads all those rupees you got, and you got all that in the Wii U. I don't know. I think there's some good stuff that could come out of it.
Definitely sounds interesting.
I agree. I think good stuff could come out. I'm skeptical.
I understand the skepticism as someone who has been burned by mobile gaming. Like, it's just not... Freemium games are not good, but I just don't think that's what they're going to do.
I just don't. My problem is I don't want them to be like,
This
well,
metal chair hurts.
Yeah, it does.
I was quick to grab this chair.
I don't know how you ended up with my chair, but I'm okay.
I just don't want them to come out and be like, you want the new Metroid game, right? Yeah. Well, here it is for Android.
I don't think they would do that.
I'm not gonna put it past them.
I think they would put a Metroid something out, but I don't think they would only do that and then not put something out.
I'm not gonna put it past them.
Nintendo's not that dumb. Nintendo makes mistakes with their hardware and with their advertising, but they're not dumb enough to do that.
Could they put a whole game on your phone?
That's what's
Nowadays,
happening.
oh yeah, they can. People got Call of Duty on their phone.
Yeah.
Like the full game?
You could have Halo on your phone.
Oh, I
These
feel like
phones
that's a
are
waste of
stronger than you
space.
think, dude.
I wouldn't put that on my phone.
You get that 64 gig phone, you just put that game on there. How much does that take?
I got
Not that
64
much.
gigs
A
on my
full
phone.
game is like 6-7.
Or you could
gigs.
play Journey. Bro, we're
That
gonna
would
let them
be
play
pretty
Journey
good.
tonight.
No.
Dang.
Journey would be pretty cool on your iPhone.
No, I recommend.
Be
playing
better
Journey
on the big screen though.
Yeah, I recommend Journey on a big TV.
So what do we think about the next console?
Okay, so with Nintendo being the team that usually is the innovation thing, first one with the motion control, stuff like that. First gaming
First one with
console,
dual
Holo.
screen. Nah, but
Hologram gaming.
wait a minute. I think I read something about a HoloLens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Microsoft.
Microsoft is making the HoloLens.
Right, but
But
they're not making it into a console for your
It's
Xbox.
meant to have gaming too.
I know that,
Meant
but it's
for
not
gaming.
for your Xbox.
I don't think we're there yet, man.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
we're
we're to
quite-
hologram gaming.
we're
In
not.
a year we will be though.
No, you know what we're gonna be at in a year is VR, like
What's
What's
that?
VR?
Oculus and Morpheus.
Oh yeah.
That stuff's gonna be coming out, and that's where we're gonna be at for a while.
Virtual.
Virtual reality stuff. It's not gonna be. We're not getting into hologram. You're going crazy.
I want hologram gaming though.
Just enjoy. You've used the Oculus, right?
Yeah.
I've heard that we used it on a little indie game that was not very well made. No offense. I've heard that on these, but it was still awesome. I've heard on these big games, this thing is crazy. Like, this is blow your mind crazy.
You and I were talking about at the Comic Con. We were talking about. I'm like, I kind of want to play that Miku game where you eat just for the experience.
I want to stream the Miku game where I get eaten and the one where she steps on my face, just so that I can like see the reaction in the thing, like me, like, oh, stop, no, please don't do it. Oh god, oh, it's on me.
Please don't do it.
I feel like people would laugh a lot. But so anything else you guys want to talk about?
Well, it's called DX.
The NX
The NX.
for next. I don't know if that's what that actually means, but
Nintendo.
codename NX
Extreme.
is what it's
What if
gonna
it's called the Nintendo X?
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be way better than Wii and Wii U.
I was just thinking Ultra Nintendo or Nintendo Ultra or something like that.
I know you were, but I mean, if we got Nintendo X, I'd take it over the Wii 2 or the Wii 3.
Or the Wii U 2.
Oh God.
Or they can take the Microsoft route and just call it the Wii 1.
Oh my God.
go from Xbox
Or
to
the
360
Nintendo,
to
or they
1.
call it the Nintendo one.
Okay, if we don't have anything else more to talk about on that,
All right.
then I'm going to move on to the next topic, which isn't news. But I need to talk about it. Because I got to play Final Fantasy 15 today, guys.
Okay. You were talking about this a little bit earlier.
And a lot of things struck me while I was playing it. The first one was the realization that whatever year this game comes out, I think I know what the game of the year is.
Really?
It is so good. Like, you come out of the demo starts off, you're in this tent. And
so
you
it
come
doesn't
out.
start off in the beginning of the game.
No, this is like a prequel to the game, or it's like something that's not going to be in the game. And this demo is like 5 hours long.
Oh my
this
God.
can be its own standalone game.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to go download this.
It's not for download. You can only get it if you leave here and you go to GameStop and you buy Type 0. You can only get the demo with a day one edition of Type 0.
And Type 0's on which console?
PS4.
PS4.
Okay.
So if you go and do that
I'll get
today,
that too.
but when Chris got it, they only had like a couple left.
No,
So.
Probably gone.
too late.
Or you can wait a few months, maybe like 6 months, and they'll probably put the demo up to download. It kind of sucks, but...
It was only pre-order of like the new one or something.
Guys, there's a train coming. I'm sorry. We're in
Deal
the
with
other
it.
location, and there's nothing we can do about it.
chugga,
Chugga, chugga, chugga, chugga, chugga, chugga. Maybe that's what we should do. We should both go chugga, 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 and then a little train races by.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
That's my drink, but yeah.
Okay, but so you come out of this tent, and the first thing you notice is, holy freaking god, this world is beautiful. Like, it looks so much better than what a trailer could ever show. It looks so good, and you just start walking around, completely open world. You can go any way you want. Like, you pull up the map, and it's just this huge map of this one area, which you know is just a small area of the world. And it's just crazy. You just, like, go up to things and start killing them. And the fighting system is, like, this weird, like, variation of the Kingdom Hearts fighting system. Where, like, you can button mash square, and you can just go at them. But then you can also do this other thing where you don't button mash it and you hold it and it'll attack them. So if your thumb's getting tired, you can just hold it and it'll attack. But the other thing that holding does is if you hold it and attack for a while, then let off for a second and then press again, he'll like throw his weapon into the air and it'll disappear and he'll pull out a different one and switch weapons. And he's got like 6 different weapons he can switch between just on the fly.
That's awesome.
I did notice that he had different weapons during the trailer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I did that thing
What-
like.
what's your main character? What's the main character in this game?
Requip.
Noctis.
Requip.
He's like
Noctis.
re-equipping.
Yeah, he is a requipper. They all are. Like, you can get gun blades, you can get just normal swords. There's this one gigantic freaking sword that is insane. Did you guys see the summon video?
I
saw
did not, but I
something
saw
about
stuff
it.
about it. Summoning, yeah, it looks
I'm
tight.
gonna show you it, guys, when we go on break, so you can just really quick talk about how awesome it is when we come back. The summoning in this game is like I've never seen before. Like, it'll blow your mind. I would explain it to you guys, but I kind of want you guys to just go look it up. Go look up Final Fantasy 15 Summon, because it's crazy.
You know what I noticed about Final Fantasy?
It's always good.
No, it's not always good.
They do have a very good track record, in my opinion, of giving their main character really badass names.
Noctis.
Noctis, Cloud, even Lightning.
The Lightning's an awesome name.
Lightning's a great
Cloud
name.
and Lightning need to hang out because they're like the perfect combination.
Yeah.
There's a cloud and got the
A lightning cloud. Oh,
But-
they could have a baby
Then
and
they're-
name it.
What
They
they
could have a baby and
Thunderstorm.
name it Storm,
That'd be pretty
Thunderstorm.
cool.
and it would have like
And then it could go join the X-Men.
oh.
No, but this game...
So wait, these 2 white people are gonna have a black baby.
Hell yeah.
Okay, and I gotta say a couple more things about the game really quick. From what I played, I only got to play about an hour and a half of it.
Okay.
But the people that like the random citizens that you meet are Asian.
Ooh.
Like, what I'm saying is, this is a game made in Japan where the characters actually look Asian. Like, you look at them and you're like, that's an Asian man. Like, that's weird. Well, the main characters, they look, you know, like whatever. But the
ambiguously-
random, like, citizens are so clearly Asian. And I've not ever seen it in a video game because they always look white. And then the other thing that was cool was I got to meet Cindy, which is the female Sid.
Oh, they named her Cindy. They couldn't. Why did they just go with Sid?
I don't know. I think her nickname's Sid,
Oh,
but her name's Cindy. That's her full name.
very nice.
Yeah, and she's very skimpy. She's obviously a mechanic because she's Sid, and she's working on their car, and she's like, she's a fine beauty of a car you got here. She's so nice. Like, I can put anything into her. I can't just put anything in this, or it won't run it because it's too nice. And Noctis is like, well, just get it working. Like,
His
come
name
on.
is Noctis?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You don't
Maybe
like
Chris will let me show
I'm
you
not
guys
liking
the.
his name.
You don't
I'll
like
have to
his
see
name?
if Chris
That's
will let me show
awesome.
you guys the demo a little bit. But before you guys head out of
We'll
here.
make him.
But because you kind of got to see it. But then the other thing that I thought was cool was when you go to the gas station, you're in this crazy world. You're fighting dinosaurs and like there's like we noticed like we think it's government people flying around and they just drop out of the sky and all these like robot things come to try and kill you while you're fighting dinosaurs and like the battle. Like Chris got into this like 30-minute battle.
Oh my.
That was just crazy.
That's crazy.
But you go from that to this
It's crazy.
this gas station that just looks like your everyday gas station. The doors are open. You just walk right in, and there's literally just like snacks and just everyday. Like it looks like you could just be on Earth, just in a gas station. It's like the most realistic gas station simulator I've ever seen.
Gas Station Simulator 2017.
What do you do in the gas station? I mean, obviously
You go up
get
and
gas.
you buy food, pay for
You
gas.
can do that.
Yeah, and you can go drive around. And well, our car's broken in the demo, but like, it's crazy. I can't like explain and stress how insanely beautiful and awesome this game is. And every time you teleport, you turn into particles, and it looks like really cool. You're like, whoop, particles, whoop, particles.
You said you're fighting dinosaurs, so is it futuristic? But it's like a combination of
The way it
It's
looks,
like
it
a
looks like
combination.
it looks like Dragon Ball. Time
Yeah,
period.
like
Like there's no definite time period.
yeah, some kind of weird other. I
Alternate
think it's like a
universe.
weird. It's not Earth. It's like a weird other planet where, like, it's in
Where
the future.
Mercedes exists.
Yeah, but like dinosaurs still exist.
Did you do any of the thing where he like throws his sword and then he teleports
Oh yeah,
there?
oh yeah. You can do that on enemies. Like if you're walking up and you see a group of enemies, you just hold the lock on button and then you press X and he's like whoosh and he hits the closest one and he's just there and then he's just like tearing him up. It's really cool.
Did you get to see any boss fights?
We didn't get to see any like main boss fights, but we did fight like a giant like dinosaur thing, and that's the one that took us like 30 minutes to kill. And during it, like a bunch of other stuff came in, and this fight just got crazy big.
So basically, what you're saying is that part was a really good Monster Hunter demo.
Oh yeah. But the other thing that I think is really cool, really quick before we take our first break, is I think it's really cool how you level up. Because you don't level up like you do in a normal RPG. You know,
Level up.
normal games, you're like hitting the stuff, you kill it, you get XP, and it adds to your thing, and you level up over time.
Right.
This one, it's a real day-night system.
Okay.
So it's not just like through your actions the day will change to night. It's just like over time it just changes to night. And they don't like to travel at night. They always find a place to rest. So you got to find a place to set up a campfire and chill.
Right.
And when you do that, you go to bed, and that's when it adds up all your XP, and you grow like 10 levels,
Okay.
and
so
at
it's-
one moment. Which sounds like, wait, why don't I get it right away? But actually, it's the most satisfying thing in the world to see all your characters go up like 10 levels all at once.
It's like a D&D aspect. You don't actually level up during a mission. It's when you beat the mission. You go back
It's
to town.
afterwards.
It's
Yeah.
afterwards you level up.
Nice.
But
Which I hate and love at the same time.
that's pretty much, that's what I got of the Final Fantasy 15 demo. Anything you guys want to ask me since I played it, or anything you're curious about, or...
No, you pretty much told me everything that I wanted to
So, gun swords, you're like bang, bang, stab, stab kind of
I've
thing.
not really used
I
one.
feel like Final Fantasy hasn't used the gun sword thing since like Final Fantasy 8.
It was in 10-2.
know. Didn't
They had
Light-
gun swords.
Who?
I thought Lightning had a gun.
Some of the girls.
What girl?
I don't remember, Drew. I just remember
I'm
seeing
just
a thing
saying,
about it.
I don't remember them playing with any gun swords.
Also, I'm pretty sure didn't they have gun swords in 13?
Yeah,
I didn't play 13.
Lightning definitely had a gun sword. I remember that
Not
because I played a little bit of the game. And
It wasn't like a...
Lightning doesn't have a gun
It
sword.
no, Lightning does not have a gun sword.
It had a hilt on it, didn't it?
I don't think it was
That's
actually...
just
I
a
think that's just her
handle.
handle. It
Oh.
wasn't actually a gun.
Because she uses more magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she X-quips.
Well, I'm just saying the last gun sword I saw in Final Fantasy was with
Squall?
8. Yeah, Squall and I forget the guy's name. That was so good.
But there's so many different swords. Like, it's not just the gun
I
swords. There's
wanted
like
to
all
ask
kinds
you,
of stuff.
Do you get to just play with Noctis or can you play with other characters?
Okay, so originally in development, they had planned that you could switch between all of them. But the game was taking so long to come out, and that was an element that was slowing it down and taking a while to do, so you just
able to
play as
play with
Noctis.
everybody.
But the cool thing is, Noctis feels really good to play with because he switches between all his weapons. Like, he's got so many weapons that it doesn't really feel like you're just playing as one character.
And you can pick one weapon if you like that weapon.
What about tacts? I mean, because you're fighting with a group of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is there any way you can influence their actions? I mean, without controlling them, like, can you have tactics the way you
I don't
fight?
think so, but their AI is really, really smart. Like, they work really well with you. It's not like in Kingdom Hearts where you're like, God dang it, Donald, just do what I want.
Right.
Like, they know what to do. Like, they feel like there are other people on the battlefield. Like, when you're out there, they don't get in your way. They're taking down stuff on their own. And if you get staggered, which is what happens when you go to 0% health, you don't automatically die. You stagger, and then if they take you down again, it's over. But you can't hit when you're staggered.
Right.
Like, you walk and just run over to any of them. They're like, Noctis, come here. And then they, like, put out their hand and, like, heal you. And you get back up and you're ready to go. Like, they're on it. Like, as soon as you stagger, one of them starts running over at you. Like, he's not going to wait like Donald would and just let you die.
Awesome.
Just like you die.
Anything else?
I'm
Or is
not
that
sure.
pretty much it?
I could question all day, but let's go to a break.
I guess my last question is the aspect of playing between the different characters is giving them trouble when they did that with other games and they worked fine.
Well, this game
Whoa.
seems to be very, very.
I know it's
This is
big
a
and
much
new.
bigger scale.
Right.
This is not... In other Final Fantasy games, you'd switch between characters in a turn-based battle where...
Well, not just Final Fantasy. I'm talking about just in general, Nintendo and PS4.
But you got to think about what Square Enix creates. Square Enix doesn't make those games. They're having to learn to do this on their own in this new open world, like, really huge game. And I understand. They never said that it was impossible to do.
Right.
All they
It was
said
just
was
taking way
this
longer.
got announced in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can understand why.
A year after Kingdom Hearts 2.
And I promise you, in the first 10 minutes of as playing as Noctis, you won't care, because he's a really awesome character to play as.
He looks pretty awesome.
I don't know. 15 has been not announced that long.
It started as
Well-
Final Fantasy Versus 13, and then it got like pretty much became vaporware, which means you think it's just fell off the face of the earth. It's never going to come out. And then they re-announced it at E3 2013 as Final Fantasy 15 for the PS4. It was originally going to be on
I remember
PS3.
when Cody told me about them announcing it.
Yeah,
Right, I
I
remember
got
the
hyped
announcement.
so hard.
But I'm really glad that they delayed this and turned this in. Like, I'm really glad that everything that happened with it did, because
I really like
this
what
game would
Square-
not have been as beautiful on PS3. This is
I like
so
what Square
good.
Enix is doing right now a lot.
Yeah.
So you were just like out in the wild. I'm done. I got too many questions. Go ahead.
Well, I'll see if I can show you the demo a
I'm
little
sorry.
bit
I
before
don't
we
need to.
go.
I'd rather wait, honestly.
Are you sure? It could still be another year or so.
I don't care.
I don't mind waiting a little bit.
All right. I mean, I promise it'll change your life, but
I don't
okay,
know.
let's go to break. We'll be back, and I'll stop talking as much. We'll be right back.
Welcome back from the break.
We're back.
It's time to talk about the stakes that we're gonna get,
No.
that I'm gonna get when Murano dies in
Nope.
Parasite.
Okay, question.
Sleep.
Here's my question. From what you've seen now, because you made that bet a few episodes ago.
Are you on his team about that? You
Mhm.
think
Yeah,
she's gonna die?
it's us two versus
Damn,
them two
bro.
on this one.
Me and Drew got stakes riding on it.
So, even like at first I could see it and stuff.
No, I'm
But now that the
convinced.
season's coming close to an end, I don't see it.
I'm
Definitely not at
after
all.
that after they boomed.
Bro, I
I'm
think that
convinced.
fucking closed the door on it after they boned. That closed the door
No,
on
that
me.
closed
No,
the door.
that opened it
that
up.
opened.
No,
That
Yeah.
pulled
I
it
think-
wide open.
First of all, you guys think it's been open all this time.
No,
It has
it
been.
had
It
been
hasn't.
it had been like halfway open when
Okay.
they did it. Someone just ripped the effing door off the hinges and
They
burned
did.
it.
No. They did
Like, that door's
they
not
already
coming
had
back.
their moment when that girl died a while ago.
Even if
That
she
was
doesn't
the
die
moment.
this season, she's gonna die.
I said
Next
this
season-
First of all,
we
that was
talked
back when
about
we
this.
said-
No,
we
I don't
said-
have a bet in this season.
Right.
Dakota has a bet in this
Yeah,
Oh,
season.
okay.
so you're about
I
to
still
lose
think
that.
she'll die
I'm
this
about to
season,
lose.
but I'm saying
I don't
even
think
if
she's
she
gonna die this
doesn't,
season.
I think she's gonna die at some point.
I
That's a
don't know.
possibility.
I think that's possible.
I
can't
mean,
see
it's not a
foresee that.
possibility. Everybody dies.
But from what I'm seeing right now,
In a show.
So since we got you guys here, what'd you feel about me?
Is he dead?
I was upset. I don't think
No,
Mickey's
because
dead.
we talked about this a little bit, and we said that we think the throat guy was the one that said run. And
The voice was different. He even goes that voice.
yeah, he goes that voice. Like, he recognized it.
I thought it was Shinichi's voice. I thought he was mimicking Shinichi.
No, it was a much deeper voice.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that what's his face, Mr. Mayor or Governor dude,
Goto.
is so effed up that he couldn't fight back as well, and Migi was dying, so he couldn't fight back as well. So he ran up and lopped his own arm off or did something, threw Migi on and took off is what I'm thinking.
I think that you told me that theory
That's
before, and I
a lot.
still don't believe that. There's so
That's
many
what I'm
holes in that theory.
thinking.
I think it's not
that's
gonna happen
That's not gonna happen.
Well,
because he's got the dream where he talks to the little Migi. He's got the eyeball appearing in his arm. Why would they do that stuff if he's not just gonna grow him back?
Yeah.
I think he's just gonna grow Migi.
You think he's just going to grow him back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about him growing him back.
So you think like that was the big point of like there's little me's inside you all through your bloodstream?
Mhm.
Okay. I
What
can see
if-
that too.
What if all the cells that are making Shinichi stronger than a normal human all come out and go back into his arm?
Well, you
That
better
would
still
suck.
stay
Yeah.
stronger than a normal human.
I think Migi's coming back somehow. It's pretty much for sure because couple of
They
key
didn't
points.
show him actually die. He just started to wither.
Oh, he was pretty. That's what. Well, that's how they die. Is they
Yeah,
wither.
he says my consciousness is fading.
And I thought it was pretty awesome though that So Migi's character completely changed because he tells Shinichi to run. He says that we shouldn't both die. Totally out of character for him. The other thing that was out of character for him is that when he was dying, he said that the only thing he can really think about is how he's alone.
Mm-hmm.
Which was weird because Migi would never care if he's alone or with somebody else as long as he's alive. That's his whole point. But he's not mad that he's dying. He's mad that he's dying alone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, Migi really does care for Shinichi. Like, I mean, whether he wants to show it or not, he proved it in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really hope that Migi comes back with his memories whenever he comes back. I don't want him to come back fresh as
And you have to restart and learn.
But I would totally see the show freaking doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I
can see
stopped seeing the parasites as like totally emotionless after Tamariko died.
Yeah, I agree. You never see it in Migi. Like,
Okay,
the fact they
so-
actually showed it.
I don't want to get into Tokyo Ghoul right now, but here's my question. With Tokyo Ghoul, you have ghouls that eat humans,
Uh-huh.
but there's some of them that are good ghouls. They only eat humans that have recently died already due to natural causes or falling off a cliff or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have ones that just eat as much as they want and kill
The binge eaters.
the binge eaters. But in Parasite, most of the fully taken over parasites just kill to kill. They don't have to eat.
Yeah.
They just do it. I guess my thing is it in real life? Would you guys be fighting for that team of the ghouls that were good? Like I'm fighting for Kaneki and Toka and them that don't just kill to kill.
Mm-hmm.
But in Parasite, the only one I'm really fighting for is Migi and Shinichi.
Well, that's one of the reasons Parasites got me so conflicted. Because it's like, well, I don't want these people to win. Because the people are douches. Like, you see the dude going through the school, just killing people. This guy's a killer himself. The other murderer human even tells him, he's like, you're like me, also more than you think. Like, you're a killer, too.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's heartless. He can recognize him himself. It's like, I don't want them to win. But then at the same time, you see the Parasites, like, other than the ones that have turned good somehow. And it's like, well, I don't know if I want them to win either. But I think that the Parasites can change. Like, you see it happen in Tamiya... Was that
Tamaya Ryuko.
Tamariko.
Something like that, yeah.
Tamaya.
Anyway, it's not
It was
Tamaya. It's definitely not Tamaya.
Tamura.
Yeah. But anyway, there's
My
an
name
R
is
in there.
Tamaya.
There's an R in there. But and you see it in her. You see it in Migi. You see it in what's his name, Joe.
Joe.
And you see that there's got to be something there for this human, the mayor, to change his mind and go against humanity to go with him. Like, he's not a dumb guy. Like, you look at the mayor guy, he wasn't dumb. Like, they have to have presented something good to him to be like, yeah, I want to fight for them and not the people.
Yeah, that guy, the one that was human and was giving that big speech about humans are flawed, but these parasites are perfect.
Yeah, and then they kill him and they're like,
Did you know he
"He's
was human until last second, or what?
I had a feeling about it because when he mentioned you could get out of here too, just as easy as I
I
could.
thought that
I automatically
meant-
assumed they were both badass
Yeah,
parasites.
like that he could
Like
kill
I thought, I'm like he's probably a badass parasite, but I'm wondering if he's human because I don't think there's anyone else that's like.
But he also had that
Go
weird
to-
walk like him too. Like they were walking like the same. You know how parasites walk, they're
Right.
all stale face and stuff.
That's true.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Maybe he's like putting his mind in like Parasite.
He's just, I feel like he was just one of those dudes.
I feel like
Weirdo.
He's one of those type of people that he believes in evolutionary chain, and for humans to come in the next evolutionary part of the chain, because we're the top of the food chain, and there's people that think there's a point where humans, where we are, won't be. and we'll evolve into something more, like when we become robots, possibly. If we ever do that, stuff like that, that'll be the next evolutionary
He's
change.
one of those guys that died and now is not a part of the story.
I'm still
I know
thinking
that.
about how freaking this I know this show is not constricted. I don't want to say it's constricted, but we're basically just seeing this off of one. What city is this?
Yeah,
This
I
is
thought
Tokyo. I
about
keep
this.
every time I watch an
Is it
episode of this.
Tokyo?
Well, no, not Tokyo.
This is not Tokyo. This is a much smaller place.
Because Joe was in the place that his parents were vacationing on, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like, there's other stuff that has to be going on. I feel like.
There's a whole planet. Like, this isn't just stuck in Japan.
So I'm just
Yeah.
waiting for that to come into play, where
didn't
somebody
even
from
think about
somewhere
that.
else is like,
Really?
What's
I
going
guess I never really thought
That's
about
crossed my mind a few times, and I'm like, what the heck else is going on in the
That's
world?
how I know Shinichi can't do this alone, especially against what he's up against.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I never thought about that. So that means
just
that
blew your
there's
mind.
Yeah, it did. So that means for sure there's got to be at least other
There's
people
other
like
people.
Shinichi.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
There's got to be.
To
I mean,
have
there-
two
Joe was
that
in-
close?
Joe was in hours
Yeah.
drive from him.
I feel like I'm just making this prediction now based off nothing. I've never read the manga, just off of my woman's intuition that there's going to be a season 2.
I think so.
Murano's going to die. And there is going to be a team of people like Shinichi. Joe's going to be the
Fighting
first
against
one
him.
on there with him. And then there's going to be maybe 4 other dudes or maybe 3 other dudes. Probably a girl too, at least one. Because you got to have the token girl on
And
the
if
team.
Murano dies, that's the one that Shinichi gets with.
Oh, God. Well, I don't know, because she
Like,
might
ends
be...
up.
I could totally see the girl on the team being a super Cinderella. You know what I mean? And just...
Yeah.
Like a General Armstrong type
I
feeling.
gotcha.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he would want to get with that.
I like General
I
Armstrong.
mean, I do too, but
What?
she's awesome, dude.
She's awesome, man. She's good.
Hey, she's not for everybody.
She's
But
annoying, is what she is.
he just hates Cinderellas.
I'm not a big fan. I like a few.
Like who?
Yeah.
Asuka. I like Asuka.
Okay.
Well, this episode on Parasite actually showed me, because this whole time I've been thinking of Goto as this indestructible, like he's unbeatable.
Oh, he's not.
But they have drawn blood.
They were
They
so
drew blood on him.
close. He's almost down.
He was.
Like,
And they clearly effed him up because they were saying he doesn't
couldn't
look human
function.
anymore.
He was like.
He said he's like an animal out there. Did you see him at the end of the episode?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
showing him. And
and
Looks
like
terrible.
when they talked about it,
I mean, he looks
remember when
beastly.
that one guy got the acid poured on him? He's like, I have to eat so I can heal myself, or something. He
I
said something
remember
weird
you
like
talking
that. He's like, I have to do something to make myself.
also,
to
we think
regenerate.
Goto's eating to regenerate.
Yeah.
I mean, because they do need to eat.
But they
They
just
don't
don't.
need
They
to-
don't have to eat humans.
As much as they
Yeah,
do.
they don't have to eat humans though.
But they do have to
Yeah,
eat something.
Tamara said she could. Who said that they could survive off of our food?
Tamiya.
Yeah,
Tamara.
whatever her
We
name
gotta
is.
figure out
She
what her
had
name
2
is.
names. She started as Tamiya, and then she was like Tamara. I don't know.
Tamara Ryuko. I don't know her.
Ryuko. That's her last name. Let's go with
Ryuko.
Ryuko. The other thing that we're not even talking about is what you guys think of the second half of the newest episode, where with the old lady. I thought it was kind of
I thought it was
boring.
boring,
I kept thinking like.
I'm trying to think of what.
but
It was,
kind of
it,
made
was,
sense.
ki- it was cute.
it made sense in the fact that he was broken and he needed someone to.
Why did he stay so long? Why wouldn't he
It was
just
only
go
a few
back?
days.
She wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
Every time he tried to leave, she was like, no, you can't go. I'm doing this. We're doing that. And I think...
She was like, you don't have anybody? And then he was just like, I guess I don't have anybody. What, you don't have your dad or Murano?
I mean, not really. I mean, what's he going to do?
He just fucked Murano, and yet he doesn't have her.
You want him to go back and be like, yeah, I don't have my arm, but I know it's all healed up already. Here's why.
It's
And
easier to talk.
Yeah, then Migi's finally gone. He can.
But he's not. But that's what he realized. He's not gone. So he doesn't. You don't want to go back and do that and then have your arm grow back.
But he said to himself, he said, no, there's no way he could fully come back.
He doesn't know.
I don't know because I don't think this has ever happened before to a parasite. I
So
don't
what?
think
So
they
what?
know.
He's just gonna stay gone from Murano forever now because he doesn't have an arm?
No. I think he's gonna stay gone until he kills Goto.
Or gets
Because
his
he
arm back.
said
He wants to
after,
stay away from all that.
Yeah, after because he's still hunting him. Goto hasn't
Yeah.
left the area.
Go to
Goto
one
knows
time.
he knows too much and
Yeah.
he's danger.
So if he goes back to them, it's not good. And he said after he gave Murano the D that he was gonna live. He said he was gonna win, and he's not won yet.
And that
I totally think he could win even without Migi.
He wants
If
to
he's
give
just
her
smart
more
enough
D.
about it.
He wants to give her
It
so
made
much
me
more.
feel how much, because we were thinking that Shinichi was so, I don't want to say he's weak now, but this was a weaker this is the weakest Shinichi.
They even put his hair back down.
Yeah,
his hair wasn't up anymore.
He wasn't. Yeah, he went back to being Toby. And
He was going back. He went back from Super Saiyan.
Really weak. Yeah. I didn't like that they did that. I don't know why they would do that, but it kind of scared me though, because I'm just like, this version of Shinichi was not gonna do anything.
You gotta think about it. He just lost what I would call his best friend. You live with this person that you literally
At least his
talk
only
to.
acquaintance.
No, dude, it was his best friend. They were best friends. He's like the only real like someone that he had a connection with and could talk to about everything that's going on was Migi. Everyone else he had to lie to. Like they got really close.
He had to lie to because Migi wouldn't let him tell because he said he wouldn't kill anybody.
And that's why
But still.
I think he had so much, and that's why he felt so bad when the other chick died.
A friend that's afraid they're gonna get killed. Migi, I think he understands why Migi doesn't.
Yeah,
want
they had
to
a
do
mutual
it.
understanding.
Because he's gonna get turned into like a science project. They're gonna take him. They're just gonna kill him and examine everything in his body, and he's gotta understand that.
What do you guys think is gonna happen with the crazy murderer?
I have no idea where that's going. I think that might be something that's gonna lead into season 2.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna let
They
him
gotta
go.
get
He
rid of
might get a hold of Murano. He might get her.
But why?
You guys think
he
she's
likes
gonna
women.
die so bad? Who do you
No,
think's
I
gonna
know,
kill her?
but I mean, what would be the reason for him to do that?
Because he's insane.
Because he knows who Shinichi is.
So he's going after Shinichi, so he goes.
And
Well,
he's-
it might just be coincidence.
I think
too.
I think Shinichi's piqued his interest too.
Yeah, that's the only reason I think it's possible. Like
I also
he wants to get to him, so
if Murano is going to die, I think
it
it's
could
from
be
that
with
guy,
him,
not
yeah.
from.
I don't think it's Goto anymore.
If she dies,
not-
you mean when she dies?
I think she's
What?
gonna die, but I'm getting a steak in about 3 episodes. 3 episodes. Drew's getting
That's
a
what I'm
steak.
thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna be getting
Medium
steak.
rare. T Roadhouse. Shout out. Keep doing what you do.
But I don't think it'll be a parasite anymore. If she dies this season, it won't be a parasite. It'll be that guy
What if?
or Shinichi himself.
What if she becomes a parasite?
God dang it! That's what I was just about to freaking say.
I thought about that kind of thing too.
I was thinking about that today. I was like, what if she's already a parasite?
I wouldn't be totally
No, because
against
Migi was sensing.
Oh, yeah, he gets
or her.
Oh, you mean Parasite or do you mean like a Shinichi?
No, parasite.
Either or.
Because even if she becomes a parasite, then she does die.
I feel like they already had that thing with his mom. They can't do that again.
Yeah, they
that's
wouldn't
true.
rehash that. This show's smarter than to do that twice.
It would be
Now,
cool for her
it'd
to
be
get
cool
like
for
a leg
like,
parasite
yeah,
or
her
something
leg
like that.
thing, yeah.
Oh,
That I think they
On her
did.
head. Wait.
Shut up.
No.
I think you guys need to move on to Tokyo Ghoul because we've gone this long on one episode
That's okay.
of Parasite.
Let's go to Tokyo Ghoul, which I think we have maybe more to talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't talked about it for a lot of episodes.
Yeah, like there's 5 episodes of you guys.
We got 5. I can't go back that far. I don't remember.
I'll bring you back. You'll be all right.
All right, go ahead. Go.
Dakota's.
Did you
we're gonna
watch
take
them
a
all?
break, and Dakota's getting out of here. We'll be back.
I'm not caught up.
Done.
All right, welcome back, folks.
Howdy.
I've never done that before. Cut me some slack. All right, let's go, guys. What are we talking about now?
What are we talking about, Drew? I don't know.
Toki.
We are talking. Are we really 5 episodes behind?
In talking about it.
Yeah, talking about it.
Dude, that is so far in anime land. That's far.
You can catch up on that.
All right, we're talking about Tokyo Ghoul. I don't remember what happened in the first episode that we missed. Nate, you got better memory than
Let me
me.
give you a refresher.
Cody's gonna
Okay,
give us
when
a
did you
refresher.
watch all these? Because I knew you watched them this week.
No, I watched the other ones last week, and then I watched the newest one this week. So,
Gotcha.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah.
The only really stuff that's interesting that we need to talk about, there was a lot of like exposition. There was a lot of like filler stuff that was just kind of building up. There was one episode that talked a lot about like Juzo's past.
Oh, that
Very
was
interesting though.
That was interesting
Yeah,
because
all of
it
it was
also
interesting.
brought up Amon, I guess how you say his name? Amon's past a little bit with the 2 one-eyeds,
Yeah.
the twin girls that are weird.
Well,
like,
that was,
weird
we
how
already
they're
talked
twins.
about that episode, I think.
Oh, he did?
You're going too far back.
It's all good. See,
But
that's
what
why I'm
happened
saying
with
5
Amon,
episodes, you don't
though,
know.
that we didn't talk about is he's getting with Akira.
And he
doing
blocked
7,000
What a-
push-ups.
Yeah, what did?
Yeah, okay, hold
I'm
on.
not gonna
Why
talk about Amon, but
on earth would he reject Akira?
he
She
regretted it the
is
moment he did it.
so I'm sorry, but in that show, she is the hottest girl.
She is.
I'm sorry.
What?
I love Toka.
Toka?
She's a tomboy.
She's adorable.
She
Are
is
you
in no way
kidding
adorable.
me?
Have you seen both of her eyes yet? I can't get over. I mean, I just never mind. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say
Akira
that.
is. Ooh.
I agree.
And
Akira is
she's
also,
zesty like her dad.
She is.
yeah, because
Zesty.
you want her dad so bad.
No, I'm just saying she gets it from her dad. You know how her dad was.
Right.
She's
Toka's
different.
attractive?
I think
Toka's
she's
not even pretty
adorable.
at all.
I don't think she's.
There's nothing
I
attractive.
feel like
about
Konami's better than her.
Toka. I look at Toka and I don't see anything.
I feel
Really?
like she's a
Nothing.
guy. She's
Okay,
a guy.
Yeah, she's another dude.
Okay,
I see.
let's talk about this. What's the little girl's name?
Konami.
Hinami. She's grown up a little bit. Now she's got a huge crush on Kaneki. We didn't talk
She's
about
always had a crush on
But
Konami.
no, she's got like a
She has.
huge...
There's been some time skip here. 'Cause she grew up a bit.
Yeah, there was about like... I
She's
think...
getting cute too.
I want to say a couple.
Yeah, but...
How long you think?
About 6 months, I think.
I think it was longer than that. I think it's been like a year.
She had broke. Cause she
Because
was
we
like.
got Toka in school now.
She's about to be in college.
Yeah, that's true. They were... I think they were juniors when the whole show started. That's what it was.
Kaneki was a senior.
Toka was a junior, I think, though. I think she was a year younger.
Kaneki is not. No. Kaneki was already in college.
Yeah, he was in
Oh,
college.
that's right.
He was.
That's right.
Kaneki's much older than Toka. Like older than you think.
Oh,
How
we
can
didn't talk about
How
Hide.
can I know we have a
You don't
crush
think
on him?
Kaneki's like in his 20s?
I forgot he was in college. I forgot about that. Well, usually main characters are in high school.
So, but this is not a shonen. It's a seinen. It'd make more sense for your character to be older.
That's true.
But let's talk about the important stuff that happened. We found out who the owl is.
Now, me and Drew speculated on that. Like,
Hold on. Spoilers! if you don't know who the owl is yet,
Oh yeah.
don't listen to any more of this because you're not nearly far enough to want to hear what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard that yet, get out while you can.
So-
I'm going to give you to skip ahead to like 10 minutes. I'm going to give you 3, 2, 1. All right.
Okay. Now, last time we talked about Tokyo Ghoul as a whole, all of us in the podcast. Me and Drew, I don't know if you and Dakota were part of the conversation, but we talked about, we're like, man, what if the old guy is the owl? And I'm like, that'd be such a plot twist. Then he's the fucking owl.
He is.
Comes out of fucking nowhere, and you're like, fuck yes.
And
Like,
his past too was.
oh, I know. And like the craziest thing is like, I remember talking about that with Drew, and I'm like, why are they attacking him? He's not the owl. When I'm thinking this, and then he comes in, he is. I'm like, oh fuck, he is the owl.
He's not the one-eyed ghoul.
But yeah, he's not the one eye though.
It was really confusing to me at first because he's
It wasn't
like,
confusing
my
to me.
son's the one-eyed, and I'm like, so he's the owl. I didn't realize the owl and the one-eyed aren't necessarily the same guy.
They
Right.
have a similar form.
The one. Well, the
You
thing
don't
is,
think so?
you know,
I think that all the investigators thought it was the same person too.
they did.
They didn't realize that there's two.
No, for sure they thought that. I'm saying the owl and the one-eyed ghoul, they look similar.
Well,
Probably
he's
because
the
they're father
son.
and son.
Father and
Well,
son.
that's where I was confused at because
Right.
they look similar.
I think we were
But
supposed to
when
be
it becomes
confused.
the
We weren't
one-eye-
supposed to know that.
When
I
he-
think that was supposed to be a shock.
Yeah, when he comes the one eye, that's the thing that Kaneki started to turn into. Is the same like it's.
His form.
I can't remember what that's called.
Another K
It's
word.
not a Kagami.
It was another K
whatever.
word though.
Yeah, it's another form. Like it's you get it when you eat a lot of ghouls, is what they said. You cannibalize other ghouls, and you start to get it.
Right.
So Kaneki's clearly been eating a lot of ghouls, starting with Jason,
Ah.
and just hasn't ended. But that shows that the old man did it too. He cannibalized a lot of ghouls to get that far.
He did.
But when he came
had a
out,
bad side.
so I really want to talk about the scene where the head investigator guy, whose name I can't remember,
I want to call him Iwa or something like that. Somebody's Iwa or Hiwa.
he comes into the coffee shop the night before the war starts and has coffee
That's so
on the
epic.
house.
That's the best coffee he's ever had.
It was just an amazing that, and then the next episode was just like unbelievably like emotional for me because just the way they built that up, like they had got this common ground and everything. And then the next episode after that,
They're
which was
killing
where the
each
war
other.
started,
Yeah.
you know, they're going around. They've got all the investigators like signing their final testament.
Wills and
Like,
testament.
Oh man, that one guy, I don't want to die.
like,
Oh yeah.
it was really getting me. I was like, and they were playing sad music the whole time. I was like, this is really sad. And then Toga's like, I'm gonna go out there. the red ape and the black dog,
Adobe,
which you never thought they were gonna be. Devil ape.
That's what it was.
You never thought that they were gonna be that beastly.
This whole time I've been seeing them, I'm just like, are these guys ghouls or are they just humans that know they're ghouls and they're cool with them?
I knew they were ghouls, but I didn't think they were that good at fighting.
I had no idea, especially him, because me and Cody agreed. He looks like a goofball.
I didn't realize he was gonna be that crazy cool. Like, I didn't realize this old man was taking all these people in like this. He was changing the ghoul world.
Yeah, and then the flashbacks of him, like, bringing them in, he's like, I'm the devil ape. You really think you can stop me? And I'm like, bro, sit down.
But
and then,
they come out, they're fighting, and then the old man just walks out. And he's just standing there.
Oh, he has that
hood on. And then you see the mask just start to come around his face, and it's like, oh my god, this is it. It is freaking on. But the fight really doesn't get crazy in that episode, because then Kaneki shows up, and he fights with what's-his-face, the
guy that's a dick.
Gourmet.
Oh, we didn't. Did you guys talk about the whole thing before Kaneki and he even went?
What thing?
The guy that started to stop Kaneki from going.
That's what I'm talking about right now.
You're talking about that
the
right
Gourmet
now?
guy. Yeah, he runs into him. That's what we're talking about.
His name's Gourmet? What's
no,
his name?
That was the title.
That's what they call him because he wants to feast
so
on Gourmet.
Well, no, even the investigators call him the Gourmet.
Yeah, that's his nickname, the Gourmet. I don't remember.
Like Kaneki's the eye patch. One guy's the owl. One's the rabbit. One's black dog. One's
and they call him Gourmet.
And they call him Gourmet because he cannibalizes. He also cannibalizes, but he wants the perfect one.
Yeah, it's got to be gourmet food.
I really don't like him. Like
I don't like him either.
I
that
liked him.
Supposed to be really emotional.
Not that.
Wasn't getting me.
Not because of that. Like I liked him a little bit when he helped, and then I'm like, he's still weird, and I really don't like him. And then when he came back and he's in the bathroom, like.
That got me. I was starting to like him. I was like, okay, I can get into this guy. He's cool. And then he did that, and I was like, stop.
It's like you're sniffing panties.
Just effing stop. And where's Banjo, or Banjo, however you say his name?
Who?
The guy. No, the guy with the swirly beard.
He's kind of a weak.
But he was in Aogiri Tree, like spying. What's going on with him? They're not talking about him anymore. I don't know.
I guess we'll find out. I think like now with the new episode with.
Yeah, let's get into the new episode.
Okay, the fight in the new episode's epic because they've got so many people fighting one guy and he's still holding his own.
Well, you're just talking about one of the fights. There were a lot of fights.
And to start off right now, Drew, I must shake your hand. You did guess it was a gun.
Yes.
Yeah!
It looked like a fist.
He wrote me. He was like, didn't they say it was a fist? And I was like, they did.
Hey, I owned up to the fact that I'm wrong.
Good job.
I
wasn't even going to say anything about
it's more like a cannon, though, because it shoots like one of those big things and they explode.
It's massive.
They're big. Like, they're too big for, like, the hole. They, like, get out and they expand 3 times bigger.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. It was just such an epic fight with all that. And then... Okay, and then the other guy, the one that shoots yellow shit out of his arm, guy's a dick.
Which one?
The one that was fighting Black Dog?
They were both, I think both sides were. He reminds me of one of the generals from FMA. This is mustache and his thing.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're talking about the other guy.
Other guy.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the one that has no lips.
That guy.
With the black...
He reminds me of Auron from Final Fantasy with his little cover face.
Kinda.
Right.
Except he was... It really made me mad that he was willing to kill that old lady.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I hated him. Because
I don't like
they talk about how ghouls have no humanity and they're lesser than humans and fuck ghouls because they just have to eat humans. But you literally just shot an elderly woman and the ghoul is the one that saved her because of your stupid ass. And then you still want to kill her.
Evil. That's not stupidity. That's just evil.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I honestly don't like a lot of the investigators because they don't care. All they care about is killing ghouls. And I think a lot of them should be in insane asylums, like Juzo.
But not all of them.
I like the guy who watches over Juzo. He's cool.
I think there's more to Juzo than we realize.
I like and hate Juzo the same. I like Juzo's character, but I hate Juzo's...
You gotta understand why Juzo is the way he is, though.
Yeah, you saw the way he was raised.
Right.
He's a victim.
Right.
Like, his mind's messed up because of that.
Right, but I feel like if it came down to it, Juzo would kill a human to kill a ghoul. Just like that guy.
I don't know.
I think Juzo, as crazy as he is, actually has standards and morals.
He hasn't killed a human yet.
Didn't even question. Well, he hasn't had the opportunity to. I'm not saying he brought walk up to a human and kill him.
I'm just saying I don't see him out there. I don't see like if the investigators were being held. I don't see Juzo throwing a knife through the investigator to kill the ghoul.
But like
maybe we don't know, but I don't think so.
Like when Amon found out that those 2 girls were the girls that he taught,
Mm-hmm.
It took him a sec. He didn't like put down Aki or whatever her name was and start fighting them. He took a second to think of like these were humans once.
But he wants to know why. Yeah.
Juzo's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I'm not.
When Juzo started fighting,
I think you can be crazy and not still. They're not humans anymore.
Right, but he didn't even take a second to question it.
Because he's itching for a fight, bro. You saw him in that
episode.
episode.
He wants it bad.
He wanted to fight.
Do you remember
somebody.
when we didn't even know how beastie he was? Imagine how much he was holding back then. He's been waiting to be unleashed.
Okay, we gotta get into the other important stuff that we're missing here. Kaneki comes out.
He comes back.
Beastly, cracking the knuckles, just destroying anybody that gets in his way.
Black Dog was having a problem with those people, and he comes out and just
both of them were pretty much dead.
They were.
But what's his face? Devil Ape got shot through the freaking stomach.
Right. I thought he was done.
Well, Kaneki, you didn't really get to see a fight between those two guys. He stuck
Kaneki
up and cut his weapon.
Well, I'm not saying Kaneki beat him, but I'm saying the Devil Ape was pretty much dead. He saved their lives.
Yeah.
They still might not make it. They probably will.
I think Kaneki was like, take a bite so you survive or something like that.
Either way, Kaneki tore them up.
But
he comes out.
I think Black Dog would have won that fight if she wouldn't have gotten the shot.
Yeah. She was handling her.
She was handling some.
She's
people.
fast.
Yeah.
And then
the I can't wait for the next episode because there's going to be those two huge fights. I don't know if they're going to split them up into two different episodes.
I think they are because I think we got. What was the last episode? Was the last episode episode 10?
Yes.
Yeah. And we got 2 episodes left.
Okay, so you got Amon versus Kaneki, and you got the One Eye versus everyone.
I just feel like Amon and Kaneki are going to be out there fighting on a battlefield, and they're going to come to middle ground.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to win that fight. I think
that's going to be the last episode.
Yeah.
I think Kaneki will win the fight, but again, he won't kill.
I don't think Kaneki's going to
knock him out. And he didn't kill anyone.
I think they're going to come to a common ground in that fight.
We didn't even mention what did you guys think about the owl dying?
I was really hurt. I was hurt.
Well, me and Drew kind of talked about it. We think the owl is being blamed for everything his son is doing.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Because they thought it was him. They think everything
but they don't care. He's a ghoul.
Right. And do you think, though, I'm sure there will be another season of Tokyo Ghoul?
Mm-hmm. If there's not, they're idiots.
Okay. So my other question is...
Because they can't wrap all this up.
Do you think there's a little bit of conspiracy going on with the fact that they tried to kill the old guy before he was the owl? He was just the 2-arm things. He couldn't fully transform into what he was, and he came back, and the baby wasn't dead but gone. Do you think maybe a ghoul or something?
Oh yeah, there's something going on.
Yeah, something happened with the kid.
And then turned him into what he is and stuff like that. Or
I don't know. I can't even honestly imagine who's behind the curtain on that. Like, who did that?
Yeah.
Like the crazy bandage lady? I don't know.
I'm not sure if
That's another thing, yeah. We don't know who the crazy... Well, we know who she is, but they haven't come out and said why she's important.
Yeah.
They haven't... The bandage lady, yeah. They haven't come out and said why the dude in, like, the red mask with, like, the tall coat is important. Like, who is he?
Why he can't die.
Like... There's still, honestly...
Like, they stab him and nothing happens. It just goes right through him.
There's still a lot to be talked about in this show. There's a lot that has to still happen.
Yeah, they dropped off with Toka and them's dad. I mean, we know that.
Like, we're not done with this. It's not going to be in Tokyo Ghoul. And if it is, then they're stupid. I'm sorry. With Naruto ending, they need a big series like this. This is the same company, if you don't know.
Right. I gotcha.
They need to keep going. But... I think the next episode is going to be crazy.
Based on where we're at, how many episodes do you think there'll be in total?
In total in the whole show?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know just because I don't know how long the manga is.
I feel like they could finish it up in the next season.
Yeah, they could finish it up in the next season. But do they want to milk it for money?
They better not.
I'm shocked that this season's not 24 or 25.
Episodes?
I'm surprised they didn't, because the first one did so good. But maybe it's because they're doing the weird Route A thing. Which, if you guys don't know, I found out more about the Route A.
What?
It's what the writer was originally planning to do. It's like, it's what he wanted to do.
Right.
And he changed it for the manga. But, also a conspiracy that's going around that I believe is that Toka's going to die at the end of the season.
I can see that.
At the end of this season?
Yeah.
Really?
Because she's not as strong as Kaneki.
Nowhere near.
She's weakened even because she's not.
But I think like that's his love interest kind of thing.
I think he.
I'm not saying he kills her.
No, I'm just like.
Oh, I see what he's saying.
The love interest can definitely die, and especially in a seinen. This isn't a shonen where at the end of the day everything's got to be okay.
True.
This is a show that can just rip things away, because that's the genre it is.
Okay, what about Kaneki's best friend being a part of the CCG?
So we got to learn more about that. I don't know.
I don't know if he wiggled his way in, or he actually is a part of like their little army thing now?
I think he's not in the army. He's not an investigator,
Okay.
but he might be trying to get up there. And they might come face to face someday.
I think it's
don't
going to
know.
happen in the end of the seasons. They're going to come to face to face.
With Toka, let me finish explaining why I think she's gonna die, just so I can convince the people. Toka's gonna die because she's got no business being there. She should have just stayed home, but she came all the way out there. Why? She's not as strong anymore. I feel like she's gonna get in the way of Kaneki. And the other big thing is, in the promotional art for this season, Kaneki's holding a dead body in his arms. Somebody's gonna die. And Kaneki's gonna hold them if it's gonna go by the promotional art. No,
we're talking. It's
this is a much smaller person than that. Yeah. The old man's tall. This person's Toka's size.
Me and Cody talked about this. We
examined the picture.
We're leaning towards Toka. It could be Hanami, but she's not.
She's not there.
Yeah.
Like Toka's there. The people who are there that make sense to not make it out of this. I mean, Toka's really the only one.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
We'll see. I'm not gonna bet stakes on it, but I think she will die.
Also, like, they really haven't pointed out anything after when what's-his-face eats her part of her thing. If she can even use it still.
I haven't seen her use it.
Like, they never talk about it. She hasn't used it since
I'm sure
then.
she can.
But, but I don't know.
I think she just had to recover her power. We're running short on time. We really talked that one into the ground, so...
Can't wait for the next episode of both shows.
Yeah, they're coming out. Parasites tomorrow and then
Thursday.
Thursday, so I'm pretty hyped. We're going to grab Dakota, get him back in here, and then we're going to talk about our final topic, which is the fan topic. It'll be about 20 more minutes on the last topic. Tops. The fan topic we tried to do last week, but me and Dakota just didn't really have any experience with it, so we're hoping Drew and Nate have better things to say about it. We'll be right back.
The other topic is-
So how was the Tokyo Ghoul discussion?
Good. We probably could have talked a lot.
We can
longer.
tell them this real quick. I don't know which side you were on, but the gun arm thing,
He was on the fist side.
it was a gun. That's all I'm going to tell you, though.
Sucko was right! Okay, we got our final topic, guys.
I didn't even remember what you were talking about.
Do you know what we're talking about?
No.
There's
that guy.
He's got like a fist thing, but you said it was in the prison when they were fighting. He's fighting the one other dude.
Like
You guys
this
said
white
it was
with
a
the
big
red.
fist. Yeah.
And
He's
there's
an
that
investigator.
One, yeah, and there's that one shooting the little gun thing down at him. And there's that one standing there. He's got this thing on his arm. And you and I thought it was a fist, but turns out it's like a hand cannon.
Dakota looks so lost. You'll have to see.
You'll see it when you watch the episodes. Which
Okay, we're going back to our fan suggestion.
Fans, is this the last segment?
Yeah.
Okay.
We actually talked about this last week, but we didn't have enough experience with it, and we didn't get any more fan suggestions, so we might as well talk about it with other people who have a much better chance of actually having something to say about this. Ahoy, Captain Jenna. We had a tough time with that name last time.
You had a tough time.
We had a tough time with it. Wanted to know,
I had a tough time.
wanted to hear us talk about dealing with friends and family who bash anime.
Oh God.
Go.
It sucks.
We talked about it.
It sucks.
How many friends do you have that bash it?
I have plenty of family.
They do? I thought they accepted it. No.
No.
I thought they didn't care anymore.
They always get on me about going to cons.
That's going to cons, though, because
That's
really...
still anime.
Let him talk, man. We got our chance.
Ben and Aaron all the time, and less Aaron, but Ben's always like, you watching your anime crap, you watching your childhood stuff or children stuff, and always thinking it's cartoons, and
That's because your brother is a dumbass.
that's true.
But it's not about whether they're smart or not. Obviously, anyone that bashes animes can't be that intelligent.
I don't want to say they're stupid. They're just
No, it was a joke.
closed-minded.
It was a joke.
Right.
No, his brother's just a dumbass because he likes to make fun of anything anybody likes.
But so we're talking about dealing with it though. And how do you?
It's a pain in the
cope?
ass.
His brother, you could be like...
How do I cope?
You could be like,
I don't
you
care.
eating that cake, you dummy?
I My brother literally thinks the only hot chick on earth is Miley Cyrus. Or not Selena Gomez.
Aside from all that, though, I got onto another topic. I was trying to put you in the perspective for what. Anyway.
Go ahead.
Jennifer Lawrence is ugly. Everyone else is ugly.
None of that's important. We're talking about
I'm trying to
anime.
give how closed-minded he is.
Anyway, but yes. That's what I was trying to do.
I don't know, like my parents, every time I talk about I'm going to go to a con, it's, oh, you probably shouldn't go. You're spending way too much money, or it's just a waste of time, and blah, blah, this. And just, it gets annoying, because my dad can go to a football game, which costs just as much money to go to as it costs to go to a con, and no one bashes him on that.
Or an IU basketball game.
Or an IU basketball game, or anything. It's my money. I can spend it the way I want to.
It's my money, and I need it now.
Exactly. And
but how do you deal with it? Do you just let it roll off? Or?
I pretty much just let it roll off
Sorry.
with my brothers, but when it comes to like my parents telling me I shouldn't go and stuff, I just kind of tell them it's my thing. It's you have your things that you do that cost money and you don't have to do. I just try and give them perspective. It's the thing I do, my hobby.
So you just go in with confidence, like, hey, this is what I like, just get over it.
Right.
That's a good thing to use. I can't use that with my parents because my parents don't do anything. So they don't go do things. Your parents can afford to go do things.
Yeah, you do. Your parents just whenever they go out to get a drink, they're spending money to do something they don't need.
Do that.
They don't get drinks ever?
No.
I thought they did.
They used to.
What about your friends?
Yeah.
Friends, I don't have so many.
Oh, he doesn't have so many friends.
I
I don't have so many friends that bash anime. I think the only friend I have that, I mean, like, I don't really have any friends that are into that a little bit or not. I think the only two people that I have that are friends that is my friend Zach, who's just not into it. He doesn't really bash me for it. He understands
he's married. He doesn't really have the time.
And he just never had an interest in anime, too, even though I've suggested some. And then my other friend, he's just never thought it was something he's interested in either.
Who's that?
The guy I used to work with, Pat.
Oh, Pat?
Yeah.
Really? I could see Pat.
Same one Xavier worked with?
No.
Okay. No, that was Putt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my bad.
But, like, my other group, like, the other group of friends that I hang out with, it's basically my drinking buddies.
His name was Putt.
Yeah.
Sorry. Xavier knew this guy named Putt.
Putt?
Hey, go on.
P-U-T.
They
Putt.
worked at a putt joint.
No. His
Go
name was
on.
Putt.
Your drinking buddies.
But my other group of friends, the race my drinking buddies, I'm like their anime guru. Like, I'm the one that knows the most about it. So
You're
they
their
always,
Tyler.
I guess I'm the fat one that that knows the most about it. So they always come to me asking me, like, do you know this show? Do you know?
So
if it's
they
good?"
watch it.
Yeah, and
So that's like Tommy and...
yeah,
those
Tommy loves comic books and just anything of the nerd
Why
genre.
wasn't he at Comic Con?
He went to Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't go because I worked. And then my friend Matt, he's always borrowing anime from me or asking me for good suggestions.
These people sound made up.
No, I've met these people.
Okay.
They're pretty cool.
I need validation.
Matt's cool. I haven't really talked to Tommy so much.
Yeah. Actually, Matt's got my copy of Fairy Tail still. He's had it for like 6 months.
Bugger.
Oh, I'm gonna get him.
Ain't that bad.
It ain't that bad.
And actually, a few of Aaron's friends, my younger brother, a few of his friends come into my room like, dude, you got the coolest room ever. And I don't even know what they'd say if they came in here. Because you have so much more than I do. They came in here, they'd probably
I
faint.
thought your room was cool.
Yeah.
No offense. I'm just
I've got a
saying.
lot more stuff since the last time you saw my room, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because the last time I saw your room, I was like,
He's got a
There was nothing in there.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah.
they thought
That was New
empty
Year's.
walls were impressive.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. No,
It
the
was
last
2.
time I was there was in the summer for the LARPing thing.
Oh, yeah.
That didn't happen.
Yeah. But no, since
That
then,
slowly got really sad.
I've got a wall
Isn't this
scroll, a
something?
few posters,
For
TV.
It was-
I've got
it
2
was-
consoles in
Who's
there
the
now, and
Drew!
swords.
You done?
Yeah. You're up, dude. Go.
Drew
I don't
sounded-
know. I just want to
He's
make
like,
sure you get all your stuff
You done,
out.
dude?
Alright,
You got
Drew.
friends?
Adam,
family,
you're
how
sad.
No, you're good. Go.
Who in your life bashes anime? How do you deal with it? How do they bash it? How bad is it? Is it very bad? Do they just not care?
You had an ex that bashed it real hard.
I did. I'm not talking about her.
I did.
But basically, with the family,
Do they take your go to the back of your car while you're filling up gas and scrape the Zelda decal off of it?
Oh, I don't
With
know
the razor blade?
I don't know how
With a razor blade.
you didn't smack a hoe.
Wait, someone did that?
Smack a hoe.
Yeah,
Yes.
his ex, but we're not talking about her.
I don't know how you didn't smack a hoe.
They weren't dating when she did that, right?
No.
Because that would have been breakup material for me.
You weren't even dating?
No. Can we let it go?
Let's let it go.
I'm sorry.
Let Elsa in all our hearts and let it go.
Let's go. Anyway, my family they used to think it was weird at the beginning, but now I just feel like they accepted it. I mean, I don't throw it on anybody. I don't throw it on people. So I mean, when I'm watching TV, they'll come like, "Hey, what are you watching? I'm watching this." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." My dad, he's a gamer, so
I'm sure that helps.
Yeah, that helps out. He can see the whole fantasy and.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Dad's a big Metal Gear fan.
My dad does plays D&D with me, but he still thinks anime is stupid.
We're talking about video games here. We're talking about real games.
Well, yeah, he plays.
People just unsubscribe to this podcast.
What do you do? Why do you do this to us? Don't listen to this guy. This guy does not reflect all of our opinions.
Neither does
I
Dakota
never
with his
played
Xbox talk.
That's true.
I'm just saying. Okay, go on. Your dad's a gamer.
Dad's gamer, so he's cool with it. My mom, she doesn't really bother me with anything I do. My brother, he watches anime also, so.
Did you get him into it?
Yeah, got him watching. I forget what I first got him to watch, but.
Gurren? No, he watched that recently. Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail. But yeah, my family. I mean, I'm not having any problems with my family. They don't bash me about it. They never really did bash me hard. At first, they thought it was weird, but eventually they got.
No, they were never like, "Don't watch that."
That's
crap.
That's how mine was.
Nah, they're just like, "Oh, okay."
My parents used to
What
say
about
that a lot.
Taylor?
Taylor's known about it from the get go.
Taylor's the girlfriend, by the way.
Taylor is my girlfriend. Love you, babe.
I feel like, from what I've heard, she's pretty accepting of it.
She's a really good girl.
So,
Good for her.
So she's accepting of it. She's never gonna watch it.
It's not her
herself.
thing.
She'll watch it with me, but she'll half watch it. She'll just
Wait, she's
just
actually
chilling.
sat there and watching
No,
it.
she'll just text.
She's half watching.
I'll have it on the big screen and she'll just be there.
Basically, when Drew was
back.
first watching Gurren watching.
Yeah. But yeah, so she's accepting of it. She doesn't think it's weird. I mean, it's good for us to have different views anyway on different things.
That's true. You can't be all the same.
Right.
Yeah, so she's accepting of it. Never had any problems with it. Her friends know about me watching it. Her mom knows I watch it. Her mom doesn't think it's weird. She thinks it's funny.
I guess that's better than weird.
Yeah.
What about other friends?
Friends like that are not my family or that I'm not dating.
Or that aren't us.
Yeah, that aren't in this group. I'm not gonna say they dislike it, but I get jokes here and there. But I just.
Well, there's Drew watching his hentai.
Yeah, that's all. That's the only jokes they come up with is it's porn. But I mean, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, it's just I just say
you
it's
just let
not
it roll
porn.
off.
It's just like you
You
guys
just
know
tell
what
them,
you're
No, it's
talking
not.
about.
It's actually good. Here, look, and then it's Kill La Kill.
Yeah, I'm like you guys are probably yeah. So I mean, I don't really work. It's mostly jokes I get are porn jokes that is porn or it's perverted. So I mean, I don't really care about it because all those people that have said that, I guarantee you they haven't watched.
That's the thing about
anything.
those kind of jokes. Like when they're like, "Oh, it's all porn." It's like, okay, well, I'm not even listening to you at all because you clearly just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
You have no
Like
idea.
you just have this weird preconception. And you just don't know what it is.
Clearly watching CNN.
Yeah.
And Shout out to past episodes.
And what?
I'm not gonna say I'm overconfident, but I'm a confident person anyway. So that shows. So, I mean, I don't really have any problems, and if I do have a problem, I'll argue the best I can until I think it's done. And I was like, if you can't, I mean, because some people you're just hitting a wall, like they're never gonna want to.
We talked about experiencing that in the past.
Yeah, so I mean, you
can
gotta
talk and talk, and they just
gotta
get
be confident in what you like. Yeah, you just gotta be confident in what you like, and
we've mentioned this multiple times. Yeah, just be confident.
just be you.
That's the best thing you can do, really, guys. Like your questions to talk about this, and I assume you want advice on it. Yeah, I mean, if you got people bashing it, just try and tell them what it really is. If they don't understand, but just be nice about it and don't argue with them. And if they don't want to listen and they're like one of those walls that you're hitting and they just won't change, and just be confident with it and just let it roll off. They're not gonna be, or at least they shouldn't be. If they are, you might need to look into this other problem. But they shouldn't be in your house over your shoulder making fun of you while you're watching it.
Right.
You should be able to have that time to enjoy it, and then when they do talk crap, you can
my brother one of my brothers and my parents would come in and just be bash me on it. Because, like, before I really started hanging out with you guys and going to cons and stuff, I'd still watch Dragon Ball Z on my own because Dragon Ball Z's badass. First anime I ever watched. And I watched it as a kid. And the only thing that come out of their mouths is, you're still watching that. What is that? Ball Dragon Z, whatever.
You're all about Ball Dragon X?
Yeah, and they're just like, that's for
Sphere
children.
Lizard X?
I'm like, yeah, it's for children. People die. Yeah, that's for children.
People die. People get stabbed and decapitated.
There's blood everywhere.
That's not in Dragon Ball Z.
Isn't it?
That's more like Bleach.
You're thinking of Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh, no, wait, that's his head gets cut in half.
Piccolo loses his arm.
That's
And it
true.
comes back.
But
Frieza gets cut down the middle.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Frieza gets
true.
cut all over.
yeah.
I did want to
So he was
ask
kinda
Drew,
decapitated.
what about that new guy at your work? Wasn't he talking about anime?
What, nigga?
I thought you said you had
Yeah, John Gasso. What's up, Gasso?
Because he's
Was he
listening.
bashing or he just
He was
talking about it?
bashing. He was bashing, but me and him, we're
You
friends.
figured it out? How did
Yeah.
you deal with it when he bashed? Like, give
I
the
came
people
at him
advice.
just as hard. I mean, they come at you with the anime porn and stuff. You get to give them. It's like, I don't think about. I mean, I don't remember exactly what I said to the guy, but he said something about porn, and I was just like,
No.
it's not porn. I mean, you watch porn. I'm sure you see more anime porn than I have if you go on a porn. I mean, I can't tell you exactly what I said to him.
If you go on a
I
porn
don't know how you fight
website,
it.
you're
There's
going to see
anime
more
porn.
anime porn
Than you would
than
see in
what
anime.
we're going to see watching normal
That's
anime.
what I'm trying
And
to
just
say.
an advertisement,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's, like, you go on porn, it's just like at the bottom, it's just like, yeah, come watch Lois get the
Or,
shit
yeah.
out of by Peter on
Yeah.
Family Guy or that kind, or anything like that.
But you just gotta.
Not that we know.
Oh, I wanted
But
to
like
tell you
one of my
something.
other suggestions is, unless they're willing, don't try and force someone to watch an anime just to try and prove to them what it is. Because if you force them to watch it just to try and prove it's not just all porn, they're not gonna watch.
Yeah, that's another good advice. Never force anyone to watch anime.
If they're
unless you're
completely
pretty
willing.
close with them.
Yeah.
I forced Dakota kinda, but I didn't even force him. I gave him time to sort of decide that he wanted to watch it on his own. Like, never just sit him down and be like, you're watching it, you can't leave the house,
You
because they're
did-
going to hate it.
You did do that with FMA and Gurren.
Well, no, because there's the difference here is that you had already started watching some anime at that point. I'm saying for your first ever exposure to anime.
Right.
See, that's what I'm doing with with Ariel, my lady. She's not really so much into anime. She doesn't bash it or anything, but she's also very, very into like nerdy things. Like she likes superheroes, and she likes a lot of geeky things. So like she really likes video games. And so I've been
Sounds like my
I was
brother.
like, baby, no, you should watch some anime. She's like, I don't know, what would you watch? What would you have me watch? And I was like,
FMA.
Immediately FMA Brotherhood. And her friend even said, yeah, you should watch FMA. And I was like, Brotherhood, do Brotherhood.
Don't listen to your friend.
Don't listen to your friend to watch Brotherhood.
Your friend thinks I'm a rapist.
No, this was a different friend.
Okay, good.
She does have a friend that thinks I am, though.
Sure, what?
Thinks, that's, I don't want to talk about it on here.
Yeah, I can think she's a rapist if you want to even the scale.
Okay.
Okay, tell her I think she's a...
Okay.
Let her know as soon as possible.
Okay.
So that we can start this relationship.
Okay.
I guess that's pretty much it, guys. Anything else you want to close out on?
Be you, be confident in you, and if somebody's giving you so much trouble, like on a regular basis about what you're watching, and and they're a friend, maybe you might want to rethink your relationship with them.
That can be a hard thing to hear, but this is very serious, guys. Unless they're like an extremely close friend, there's a good chance that you're not gonna, especially if you're younger and you're still in school, that you're not gonna have these friends for the rest of your life.
For
Like
sure.
if you're
So-
in high school and you got friends, like, and you're thinking, like, I had buddies in high school that I was like, I'm gonna be friends with these guys forever, and I don't know
Never seen them.
I don't know the last. I think it was like a year since the last time I saw Mitch. Logan died. Patrick, I only see when I hang out with Sam.
Yeah, there's people that you think are gonna know the rest of your life, and you're not. I'm not sorry to
Handful
say
of
that.
friends.
I had this friend Kyle that I met in 7th grade. Literally, we like at school when we were at school, not outside of school. We never hung out outside of school, but at
Did you hang out
school.
once.
No, he came over to grab a CD. But we did like everything together at school. Literally, last time I talked to the guy was at graduation 4 years ago.
I had
Like, I don't even text the dude. Like,
I
nothing.
don't blame you though.
Yeah, but you gotta know.
I went to my best friend from preschool
Pre-squirrel.
So like 6th grade.
Preschool to 6th grade.
After like 6th grade, he became like your jock, and I never really talked to him that much. I mean, he's still friends.
Well, what the point here is, I hate to interrupt you just because we're running out of time. We
Got it.
always do this near the end, but the point here is, don't be afraid. If you're like, well, this person's been my friend all my life, we're not saying cut them out, but maybe stop trying with the anime with them and find people that do like it. You guys are living in an awesome time because we didn't live in this time. I don't want to sound like an old man, where you could just literally go on the internet, look up your state, and look up like an anime group for your state on Facebook or on like some forums online, and I guarantee you're going to find something, or something for a city in your state, something in your area, and just talk to people and try and meet and hang out. Of course, be careful. Don't meet weirdos. Get to know them pretty good first.
No matter what people tell you, online friends are just as real friends.
For the most part. Still, like... Be weird.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Be wary, you know. I mean, don't go in and be like, "You're my best friend."
Also,
like some people do.
Attempt to make a anime club at your school, because that will. We never had that, but that will.
Bro, imagine if we would have made that like junior year of high school.
Well, apparently after we left, some people made it, and I went back with Chris once while he was still there. It was super weeby. We wouldn't have been into it, but it doesn't have to be that way. You be in control of it, and this is a good way that even if you end up not liking the anime club and not sticking with it, you'll get to know who in your school does like anime. Mm-hmm. And you'll get to make new friends, and I guarantee you'll have stuff in common because you all like anime. So, just get to know new people, talk to people, don't be shy and nervous. And finally, we need a request for next week's fan subject. This whole last part had been suggested by a fan, and we want to keep doing that, so go ahead and leave a comment on the YouTube video. If you're listening to this on the podcast, you're going to have to look up the Comicast and find the YouTube video and leave a comment on it. Let us know, what do you want to hear us talk about in the next episode. Or actually, you can also go to the Comicast Facebook, and you can leave it there as well. So yeah, if you want your subject featured on here, just let us know.
All right, yeah.
All right,
Thank
Drew,
you
lead
all
us
for
out.
watching.
Remember to point it up.
Oh, droopy doopy doo. I forgot that.
He went, no, I'm not. Go, Dakota.
Go, Dakota, go.
I'm still camera shy.
I don't understand how all the cameras I put in your face, man. All right. I'll see you around, guys. I'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.